some of this out. Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay, Lisa, let me make sure.
I'll cut this all out. Am I in it? Okay. I'm gonna move it over here. Okay.
Lisa Cleary, we're having a conversation about the lesson that I just presented. This is to fill the requirement for the 646 comprehension class. I just finished the lesson and Ms. Carey has just reviewed the lesson. Now it's our discussion time to talk about improvements and ways that we can improve the lesson or things that I did that fulfilled the requirements. Okay?
So, what did you feel like you could do better with the lesson?
One thing that I did notice, I felt a little bit rushed, just for the fact that I had classes kind of coming and going. I had a lot of information to cover in a short amount of time. It was not my typical group. It was a little more blended than I would typically have. And I wasn't quite sure of their behavior, so I did spend a little more time on behavior than I would typically do, because most of my kids kind of know my procedure, and so it's a little bit different than what they typically see.
So do you feel like all students were engaged in your lesson?
I do. I did have one that periodically was getting up and down out of his seat, but I felt for the most part they were paying attention, they were engaged, they were answering the prediction questions, so I feel like they were kind of using their background knowledge to come up with ways to kind of connect to the material.
So do you feel the book was too easy for any of your students or too difficult?
Most of the kids in there, with the exception of one, read at about a first grade level, and I always get the same response in that they say, this is too easy, but then as we start to evaluate the book, no, it is not too easy, and some of the words were new to them, and so no, I think it was exactly their grade level. One student in there did say that they had read it before, but I noticed a lot of the vocabulary was not that easy for him, so I'm thinking that it was at grade level.
Okay, do you feel that when you did enough to prepare them for the sight works before reading the book?
Typically, I would have probably preloaded some of those kids on the Friday before, especially some of my ELL students. When I know that I've got something that's going to be a little more challenging, I'll give them additional time. I'll also give them things to take home before. I did not do that in this situation, but I think that could have been helpful.
Okay, what about new words that you didn't prepare them for? Were they able to use strategies to decode them?
We did. I did see some decoding. We did talk about some of the possibilities or the ways that they use compound words. They did seem to be able to do the text-to-text connection, text-to-movie connection. So I feel like they were using the words the way that I had intended.
Okay. Do you feel like there's more you need to do before they go on to doing their independent practice with their book?
I probably would want to spend some more time. Again, I felt like it was a little more rushed than it would typically be. I don't know. Sometimes when you've got a book that's really, it was only about 6 pages, there's only so much I think that can be done in preparation for that, but I would probably do a lot more follow-up.
Okay. Is there anything else that you were thinking about your lesson that you'd like to share?
I think I did make the modifications for the ELL students. There were probably 2 other students in there that I would probably make the similar modifications for, that are quite a bit further behind grade level-wise. But no, I think for the most part I was happy with the way the lesson progressed.
Great, thanks Lisa.